Good day, everyone. For the calculation of projected sales, we are going first to have the customer counts. So as you can see here in the example, the number of days in a week are being written. So from Sunday to Saturday. And then the meal per day is also included. So we have the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So for an instance, you want to close your restaurant for a certain day, for example, for cleaning purposes, for maintenance. So you can do that. But make sure that if you close your restaurant for a specific day, it will not affect your sales. Okay, so for this example, they close the restaurant or the facility for this day Sunday. So, but here in the Philippines, we are expecting more tourists during weekends. So try not to close your restaurant during this day. No, much preferable if you will close restaurant or your establishment during these weekdays, no, from Monday until Friday. Okay, but Saturday and Sunday, we have lots of customers during this day, so it will greatly affect our sales if you're going to close a restaurant for these days. So in finding customer counts, you need to project. Okay, so from Monday to Saturday, and according to the meal of the day, so you need to have projections of the number of the customers that will dine in into your establishment. You can base that on also on your online survey questionnaires. Okay, but because you have limited respondents, so you can project according to the time of the day. So for example, Monday, so of course for the breakfast on Monday, according to the meal of the day, you want to have 200 for the breakfast, 300 for the lunch, and 320 for the dinner. So you need to project wisely based on your observations to our industry facilities, especially for restaurant. Know how many people are coming into the restaurants or dining into restaurants in this meal times. No, so and you also need to consider the days in a week. Now for Monday, you have these figures. For Tuesday, you can add or less depending upon the trend here in the Philippines. So usually on Tuesday, the number of guests is much lower than the Monday here in the Philippines. But in other countries, it also depends. So you can lower this down, your projection for this day. Okay, but also you can also get it higher. So it depends upon your assumption or your projection. Okay, so and so on and so forth. So usually Friday, it will increase sales because of the incoming weekends, the Saturday and Sunday. So you need to be careful in projecting, especially considering the trends here in the Philippines. So once you got the projection of the customer counts, just total by adding all of these figures, all of the figures that you have putted. Okay, so from Monday to Saturday based on this example, or it depends upon what day you will close your restaurant, or if you do not have any closure for the week, it's okay. So just total and add. Okay. Okay, so again, add. Okay, add all of these projections, and then you got the total here. Okay, so that's it for cost counting or projecting the customer counts. Now let's proceed with the average check estimated. So for the average check estimated, since you have the figures from the customer counts, so you just copy that. And then based on your menu here, so this is in dollar form because this example is from the other country. So based on this example, they have this price for their average check. Okay, so when we say average check, okay, this is from the new menu. Okay, so since you have your new menu, you have formulated your own menu, and based on that menu, what will be the amount of the food item or the dish that you think it's more competitive. Okay, so it's competitive, or you can also add here the best seller, okay, among the main dishes. Okay, so you can base your average check into that. Okay, so these also in your questionnaire results, no, you can also refer that in writing down your average check. Okay, so the average check will be differ from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, so different, ano? So based on the menu, no, for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. Okay, so for example, you have 575 average check. Average check means this is the amount of the um, capacity of the buyers to buy based from your menu. Okay, so you have different prices there. So based on the prices you have put it in your menu, what item or what price you need to select, on what price you will going to write for your average check. So again, you can base it on your online survey questionnaire or on your bestseller. So that's it for the average check. Okay, but in reality, if you have existing operation, no, if the operation already exists, so you can base your average check based on the actual computation of the average check. So usually all the sales in real operation, in getting up the average check, all the sales are being added and then divided to the total number of customer counts. Now that's how they get the average check. But since you are going to put first your initial establishment, so you need to just estimate or base your average check on survey questionnaire or based on your menu, on your bestseller price in your menu. Okay, so that's it on how you get your average check. Okay, next. Okay, we are going now to the multiplying the projected customer count by the average check in order to get the sales. Now, so you have your total customer count here. You have your average check. No? So what you need to do is that you are going to multiply this two. Okay, multiply. Okay, and then you get your sales. But of course, this figure is in dollar form, so be realistic. So kindly use the currency here in the Philippines and the sales here in the Philippines. Of course, for this price, also Philippine currency. Okay, so this is just an example on how to get the sales from the average check and the customer count. Okay, so step 4 is, in order to get the sales projection for the year, now of course you need to have the data from the weekly sales. So as we have discussed earlier, we are able to get the daily sales by, or the weekly sales by computing the, or getting the product of the total number of customer count for a week, and then multiply that into the average check. And then of course we need to consider the meal periods. No? So, and this is how we get the total. So again, let's go back to step 3. Okay, so for the sales per week, so do not forget to include the meals per day because it differs. Okay, because it differs now from every meal period. Okay, so we have the sales for breakfast in a week, sales for lunch in a week, and then sales for dinner in a week. And then that's how we get the weekly sales. Okay, just adding all of these 3 sales based on the week and the meal period. So once we get the total, no, we need to estimate for the sales for a year, or we need to do the sales projection. Okay, so for the sales projection, since we all know that we have 4 weeks in a month, okay, so we just need to have the total number of weeks in a year. Okay, so sales projection for an entire year are computed by multiplying the weekly sales estimated by the number of weeks in the operation. Okay, and if the operation is open for a specific year. Okay, so make sure that your business will be open for the whole year in order to get the projection for the year. So of course you need to multiply the sales with the number of weeks and then the number of weeks in a year. Okay, so that's how you will get the sales projection for the year. So you need also to consider holidays in doing so. So in order to get accurate, or in order to get a right projection. Okay, so for this example, the yearly sales are calculated as follows. So, kasi this is a college dining. So 30 weeks for full operation at $19,373.75. So the product is $581,212.50 plus 10 weeks of summer school at 50% sales potential. So they added this figure. So that's how they get the yearly sales projection. Okay. So in order to get the actual product for the sales in a year, so just look in the calendar in order for you to know also the holidays. Okay, so for the number of holidays. Okay, and then based on the weekly sales, okay, multiply the number of weeks in a month, then the total will be multiplied the number of months in a year. Okay. So for the holidays, you need to know the holidays per month. You can double your sales for that specific holiday. And then add the sales for that specific month. Okay. So remember that this example is on a weekly basis. So if you're getting the holidays, so for example, the holiday falls into Tuesday. Okay. So if the holiday falls into Tuesday, if the holidays falls or if the holiday falls into Tuesday, okay, so you can double the sales for the Tuesday. Okay, and then just add to the specific month where the holidays are, where you get the holidays. Okay, so for this example, you have this customer counts, no, and then you multiply this into the average check here. Okay, so you get the sales for Tuesday only, and then times 2 that, double that. You double that amount of sales, and then after you get the monthly sales for a specific month, no, without adding first the holiday, so that's how you get the monthly sales without holiday. And then if you have the computation already for the holiday, you can just add. Okay, so for example, you have the sales without the holiday, you have the sales of 2 million, okay, without computing the sales for the specific day. And then for example, this specific day, you have 200,000. This is just an example. So 200,000 for the holiday that falls on Tuesday. Okay. So you will add the 2 million. So again, this is for the sales without the holiday computation. You can add the 2 million additional because you doubled it on the amount of sales for Tuesday. So the total will be 2,200,000 for the month, for example, of January. Okay, so do not forget again to include the holidays in your yearly projection. Okay, so that's it for the computation for the sales per year, no, as well as the computation for the customer count. Okay, and then for the computation for the average check. Okay, so if ever you have questions, kindly ask me. Okay, and that's all for today. Thank you and stay safe, everyone.